As I post this, it is the last day of Pride 2023. And over the last 30 days or so, we've seen this flag, this banner, flying a lot. And as we exit Pride 2023, I want to talk to you, specifically you, if you're somebody who feels like they don't deserve to, or don't belong to, or just don't march under those colours. Now, it might be that, for example, you know you're queer, but you either feel like it is, or it genuinely is unsafe for you to be out and proud. And it's important I say you don't owe anybody anything, and that you should own your gender identity, your sexuality, your romantic identity, whatever it is, your queerness, on your own terms and nobody else's. But second, there's a group of people who don't think they deserve to march under this banner, but can, may, even maybe should. The first group we can talk about are straight allies. You know, people who are cisgender, heterosexual, monogamous. Those are people who don't consider themselves part of the queer culture, but they want to support queer people, and so you can march under this banner too. The second group is people who identify as straight, cisgender, heterosexual, monogamous, everything else that is part of that cis-het majority, but who perhaps haven't yet come to terms with a queer identity that is inside them, that they haven't articulated yet. The cliche, of course, is the gay man who lives in a closet, who hasn't realised he's gay. But the reality is much more nuanced, colourful and joyful than that. But painful too. There's lots of different ways in which people get a long way through their lives before realising that actually they sit somewhere under the rainbow banner. They are queer in some way. And I want you to know, if that's you, whether you realise it now or whether you realise it in a decade, a year, a month, hence, whatever it is, if you realise that actually you are not just an ally, but that you are part yourself of the queer community, that community should welcome you with open arms, even if you haven't always been the best of allies in the past. The third group that I want to address is one that I think people don't really talk about, and it is you can be cisgender, i.e. your gender matches the gender you were assigned at birth, and you can be heterosexual. You can be white and middle class. You can be the very picture of normality in our Western society. And yet you still can deserve to march under this banner. Because queerness is not just about sex or about gender identity. It can be about how you conduct your relationships. And it could be about gender and sexuality and romantic interests in the opposite way to people normally think about them. So, you might be straight and you might be, let's say, agender. You don't really feel that you have a gender. Or you might be aromantic. You enjoy sex, you enjoy physical relationships, but you don't really form emotional, romantic bonds. It might be that you are straight and heterosexual, but you are polyamorous, or another flavour of ethical non-monogamy. It may be that you're demisexual, like I am with women. It might be that you need to have a connection with somebody before you find them attractive. This flag, this one in particular is the Progress Pride flag, but you know, whether it's Gilbert Scott's original 8-colour flag, or the 6-colour flag, or the Philly Pride flag, or the Progress Pride flag, or the Intersex Progress Pride flag, whatever it is, the point of this is about complexity and nuance and spectrum, and about accreting and coming together under a single banner. You might not think that you belong under the rainbow banner. You might not think that Pride is for you, and it may not be. But it is a broad church. Its doors are wide open. And ahead of Pride 2024, if you find in that time that you have reason to be part of this community, we'd love to have you. Happy Pride. See you soon.